Now the NFL draft talk is starting to pick up a little bit. It's gotten going a little bit more over the past couple of weeks. You've got a ton of pro days going on around the country, and we're getting closer and closer to the NFL draft. So in this video, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the quarterbacks, and in particular, I wanted to talk about Mac Jones, quarterback out of Alabama. I just wanted to talk about him a little bit because he was one of those guys that just had his pro day today, actually his second pro day. I think they had 2 pro days at Alabama. So had his second pro day. And, the knock that most people have on Mac Jones is the fact that he doesn't have the type of athleticism that some of these other top quarterbacks coming out have. Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, even Zach Wilson, those guys, I think most would agree that they're all more athletic than Mac Jones, and they can do some things that he can do in that category. So I don't think anybody would deny that. Those guys are superior athletes. Now, personally, I don't think it's an end-all, be-all, for quarterbacks to not be the most athletic. And there's a ton of stuff that Mac Jones is able to do on film that makes up for that lack of athleticism. So even though he doesn't have that level of athleticism, he does a lot of other things really well. But when we're projecting how, good these guys are going to be at the next level, we can't just totally disregard that lack of athleticism either, because it matters to a certain extent. Once again, it's not the end all be all, but it does matter. So I'm not saying that Mac Jones can't make it in the NFL because of that athleticism issue or that lack of athleticism issue. But in my opinion, I'm always going to be a firm believer that playing quarterback is about being able to operate an offense efficiently. And if you can go out there and do that, regardless of the level of athleticism, you're going to always be in a good position as a quarterback. At the same time, I can't blame anybody for preferring the more athletic player at quarterback. And, honestly, if I were making that decision, I probably would go with the most athletic guy as well. They just bring a different element to the game, and I don't think anybody would deny that. Having an athlete at that position changes everything. It changes what the defense has to account for. It changes the type of athletes that you have to put on the field defensively. It changes what you can do as an offense and the schemes that you can run and the versatility that you have offensively. When you have a guy that can move around really well, that can go out there and effectively run quarterback design, run plays, things like that. A guy that's a threat for the zone read, a guy that can get out of the pocket on boots and nakeds and throw the ball on the move. Having those types of guys is a huge advantage in the NFL. The league is about quarterback play, and you want the best guy at that position, and you want that guy to be a threat, to be able to be a threat not only as a passer but as a runner as well. It's a really big advantage. So I see why people value that, but like I said, quarterback is going out there and operating that offense efficiently. And if you can do that, not turn the ball over, not take sacks, get the job done on third down, get the job done in the red zone, then I think you're going to be a pretty good quarterback. And, we see the athleticism thing with a lot of these young quarterbacks coming out. Guys like Joe Burrow, guys like Justin Herbert, he's a big athletic guy, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, all of those guys coming into the league within the past 5 years, and they've all had an impact on the game, on the league, in their short amount of time being in the league. So that's where the game is headed, and that's something that needs to be talked about. When it comes to Mac Jones, like I said, he lacks that athleticism. He's not a statue in the pocket, and I don't want anybody to think that. I don't think that. You watch the film, you see that he does do some really good things in the pocket. He's got pretty quick feet, and he is a bit of an underrated athlete, I'd say. I think he could stay alive and get out of the pocket and keep things alive for the most part. He's not going to do it on every play. He's not going to break for an explosive 70-yard run or anything like that, but he can move well enough within the pocket to get the job done. So I'll give him credit there. But at the end of the day, the quarterback position is moving more towards those athletic guys, and the discussion needs to be had when we're talking about Mac Jones. And I don't think it's an offensive thing to say. I don't think it's some type of outlandish thing to say. It's just the fact of the matter when you turn on the film and you watch that guy play. But can he still be successful as a quarterback in the NFL? Does he have that type of ability? I think he does. We'll see what happens. Some things are starting to shake in the NFL as far as trades and where teams will be drafting from. So we'll see what happens. The draft is only a couple weeks away, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be some more things that go down. So let me know what you think about Mac Jones. Do you think his athleticism or lack thereof is going to be a problem for him in the NFL? Or do you not even care about it? Do you think he's just that good as a passer that it's not even going to matter? Let me know what you think down in the comments.